Perfect. 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 Perfect.
Check it. 1, 2, 3 in the place to be. It's your boy Gaming Dad. Happy Monday to all my people out there. What's going on with you, baby? Hold on, let me cut this down. I got a little time today. I played some games this weekend, man. You know, I don't get to play that often, but I got to play some games on Friday and some games today. But real quick, let me go ahead and hold on. Let me see if I can get out of this. I don't know about. Hold on, we'll get a second, good people. All right, there we go. Couldn't even see the board for a minute. All right. Let me scroll back. Okay, so a couple comments. Listen, you see what your girl Holly Pinky showed up to the chat. What's going on with you, baby? Oh, Holly, it's been a minute since we've seen you. I'm so glad you stopped in tonight. Holly is an OG. Holly was there when I first started this thing. So shout out to Holly. Thank you for coming through. Man, my guy Ruben, man. Thank you, man, for the blessing. Once again, man, listen, I just turn it back around and giving it back to the community, Get your vote on tonight, man. Shout out to D1 with the question for tonight, man. And this is, you know what, when he dropped it, I was like, oh man, this is perfect because you know what, it's a big thing going on with Sony and Steam, and Sony is being outright nasty. And so, you know, do I think Sony? I don't think they're gonna leave Steam, but man, they're gonna make you not want to play your games on Steam. So either way, you know what? I mean, it's not gonna be the best situation. But oh, it's crazy. D1 in the building. What's going on with you? Shout out, once again, man. Shout out to Ruben, man, with the $20 super chat. He said, "Missed you last week, man. Listen, man, I was out there in the field, man, working, and man, I just couldn't make it back in time, man, to get it in. But I'm here tonight. I got this crazy case, man. Not I'm gonna say crazy, but I have to every other weekend I have to drive to Savannah, and it wouldn't be bad if it was just one day, but it's 2 days. So what I end up doing, I end up getting me a room down in Savannah because I have to work this case, and I have to work it on Saturday and on Sunday, and it's every other week. But I love it because it financially it's a dope case. It's beautiful. And then, you know, I get to spend time in Savannah. And so this past weekend, I went out to Savannah. My wife rolled with me, so I had to pick up no kids. My wife just rolled with me. Got a room, man, and had some dinner at Cracker Barrel. Man, Cracker Barrel breakfast, man, is off the cheese chains. God almighty. But if you ever make it to Savannah, Georgia, I gotta put these people out there. I mean, of course, they world famous. So I ain't gonna lie, they are world famous. But they sell fresh bear claws. And the place is called River Street Sweets. Man, it is legendary. If you ever been to Savannah, Georgia, and you probably say, man, what is a bear claw? A bear claw, man, is like this milk chocolate bottom. Then it has caramel on it, and then it has like pecans on it. Super good. They super expensive, but they fresh. They ain't like you. They've been in the store for years. No, this stuff be fresh in the box, man. And I'm kind of mad that I only bought a 4-pack, but I've bought like a 10-pack before because they were so good, and my kids liked them. But they didn't have the 10-pack. They only had the 4-packs, and so me and my wife bought a 4-pack apiece, and I ate half of my 4 today. So, but definitely, man, listen, the vibe in Savannah downtown off the water, man, is tremendous. Great. We had such a great time, but it's expensive. I mean, it's like anywhere, I think. But it was expensive, man. We went on we caught the boat ride. They have a boat ride where they kind of give you like some history of Savannah. It's kind of, the history is kind of washed down, but it's still, you know, if you've never been there before, it was entertaining. So I got on the boat, you know, I took some pictures on the boat, you know, nice little boat ride. You can get yourself dinner on the boat, you know, just some drinks, anything like that. We didn't take advantage of nothing like that. We just enjoyed the boat ride because, one, it was blazing hot. And then on top of that, it was humid because it was off the water. But still crazy dope. You know, Savannah kind of gives you that New Orleans vibe. You know, it's super nice. But definitely, if you're in Georgia or you're like, man, I want to kind of visit, you know, where should I go? You know, if you don't want to go to Tybee Island, man, I would definitely Savannah, you know, a nice weekend, you know, a trip, you and your wife, man. Listen, excellent. Savannah is the spot, man. We had a real good time, and my wife loves the fact that I have to go every other weekend, so at least once a month she's gonna be in Savannah. So, yeah, so it's gonna be dope. Excuse me. Drinking this tea, man. This tea got me belching. So yeah, that was my thing this past weekend, and last week, man, just, you know, working, always working. Today I had training, the school getting ready to start, where they start these new programs they want us to learn. So I was in there training, trying to learn this new program, what they're doing. But here nor there, got my acceptance papers to Berry College. So your boy will be attending school in the fall. I got 4 semesters. That's going to be tough, man. 4 semesters. I got 2 classes my first semester. Classes start on a Thursday night, late in August. So I got to get my mind right for that. On top of everything else I'm trying to do, it's gonna be crazy. But that's all right though. God got me. He got me. All right, let's see. Don't forget, good people, hit that like button. D1 in the building, like I said before. D1 says this D1 with the poll question. Don't forget to hit the like button for your boy. Geeky in the building, got you on the board, Geeky. Supersonic Maka J says hello. Says time to rig the wheel. Let me get you on the board real quick. Supersonic. All right, Supersonic Maka J is in the building. All right, got you on the board. All right, let's see. Can't win this week. Won last week, but not. Oh, I have not sent it. You know what? I will send it to this evening. I will promise you after the show I will send it. That's probably on me. I get so busy, but don't worry, I got you. See, GT in the building. He says the answer to the poll question is no. You know what? Yeah, I don't think they're gonna pull away from Steam. The money's too good, but I'm telling you, the experience is gonna die down where you're gonna be forced to buy their handheld. I think the moves we're seeing now with Sony, man, is strictly to increase sales of this handheld that's coming, and it's coming. Matter of fact, listen, people should look at this as confirmation that a handheld is coming. Grid Attack is on the board. Twice as nice because why? He is a member. Just like Geeky and Ruben are on the board. Twice as nice because they are members of the community. Grid Tactics on the board. Grid Tactics 2 is on the board. All right. CMG, what's going on with you? So what up, Gaming Dad? What up to the chat? Don't forget to get your vote on if you're on YouTube. The poll is live on YouTube. And you can search Gaming Dad on YouTube. I used to be number 1, now I'm number 2. So you'll see the first one that says The Gaming Dad. He has a lot more subscribers than I do. But then the next one is your boy. Look for this logo right here. Ooh, there it is. Right there. And you'll see that'll be my channel on YouTube. So definitely, if you're watching on Steam at Gaming Dad 1906, if you want to jump in and get on the poll on YouTube, just look for this logo. All right, CMG. I'm tripping. All right, Basil 24/7 in the building. Get you on the board 24/7. YT. And you know what Basil is? I'm gonna put Basil 2. He is a member of the channel. Got him on there twice as nice. CMG says, that's what's up, man. D1 says, my bad. Had nothing but bad experiences at those restaurants. Which one? You talking about the one in Savannah? You know, we didn't eat. Okay, matter of fact, we ate at one place when we first got down there, and it was okay. It was a breakfast place called 2 Eggs, and it was okay. You know, had nothing to write home about. But you know what? Last week though, my wife had a conference for DJJ, and she was at Stone Mountain, and man, they got this fish place. But I guess it's more. It's my first time ever having this fish place. It's called J&J. Dog. The fish from that place, man, was on absolute point. Man, listen, I tell you, it was so good that I had to make sure I mapped it in my phone so I remember if I'm in that area, I got to stop by and give me some fish. Super good, man. They put some kind of like extra, like little different kind of salt on it. Man, it was delicious. J&J, man. I don't know where it is, D1, man, but I know it's in Stone Mountain, but Buddy. Is it never had bad restaurants? Let's see, I wanted to answer. Did D1 ask? I think D1 answered. He said, Gaming Dad, did you finish the video about the donations, or did the family want to keep it on the low key? No, they're cool with it. And so I'm still working on it because I had another video that I'm working on that I have to produce for this kid who it's a young kid in my in my community. I used to work with his mom back in the day, but he got a song on YouTube on iTunes called "Be a Cowboy." The kid's name is A Legend. Great little kid, man. Great song. Great. It's a great little cow. I'm trying to get him to give me permission so I can be able to play it a couple of times as my intro. But man, super great kid, man. And I happened to be there just taking pictures, and so they came out to me and was like, "Hey man, can you record it?" So we recorded, but the audio didn't come out right. So I gotta kind of remix that. And I'm just use the actual audio from the song, and it kind of blend in with some pictures that I took of him and things of that nature. And so I have to finish that video, and then once I finish that video, I'm going to work on the video for the giveaway. Super good kids, man. Super humble, man. Super excited, man. It was a good day, man. They were not expecting it. It was like, oh my god. They just just gave me a hug, like thank you. One of the kids, his birthday was like the week before, and he didn't get nothing. How can you not get these kids something, man? He didn't get nothing for his birthday, so it was a blessing on top of a blessing to be able to give that kid a Nintendo Switch. And so, but you know what? With the part about it, man, I took them. You go see in the video. I took them to Walmart. I was gonna buy them brand new games. I was like, hey, you know what? These are the games I suggest. Blah blah blah. But do you know what they wanted? More than anything, they both wanted their own copy of NBA 2K24, and that's what I bought them. I got them both the year of online. I got them that. I had some extra Pro controllers here, so I gave them Pro controllers. It was just dope, man. Dope. At first, man, we thought that D1 didn't pack a HDMI cord, so we bought one. You can see in the video, we bought an extra one, but then to come to find out, he had one in there. I was like, oh man, my bad. So I ended up taking that bad boy back. So shout out to D1. I kind of dished you a little bit. I was like, D1 didn't pack one, but then it was there. So my bad, D1. You get my apologies in advance. Let's see. I'm going to scroll back down. CMG said the Roll Alley X came out today. Are you picking it up? CMG, that's the question. Is you picking it up? That should have been the poll question tonight. Will CMG pick up the Roll Alley X? Man, look, I ain't gonna lie to you, man. I'm not picking it up. You know what? Real quick, good people, I gotta cut this fan on, man. I forgot how hot and humid it is still here in Georgia after it rained, and it's gonna rain some more and rain some more. So let me back. Hold on for a second. All right, I'm back. I had to cut it on. I was like, man, hold on, man. I'm starting to perspire. CMG, Gorilla Tactics said, no one bought that trash, CMG. Bazit, number 1, vape gold. And he gets a Twitch entry. Oh, you bloody prick. So funny. I see some YouTubers saying that Alley X is only 10% improvement on the rest. Dang, only 10%? See, listen, man. Nah, I can't do it. He said, nah, gave me that. I had a horrible dry foot at Cracker Barrel and racist experience at a different location. Got nobody. You know what? Listen, I lucked up, man. Listen, both times we went, man, and we went to one that was kind of not too far from downtown Savannah, and the chick was funny, man. It was a black chick, man. She was funny. I just listen. We had a good experience, and I always get the breakfast again because they make their pancakes like I make my pancakes with a little crunch on the end. I love that, boy. That'd be quite delicious. But man, I'm sorry that you had them kind of experience, man. It be like that, man. It be like that. You know what? Listen, real quick, man. Let me tell you a story real quick, man. I don't know if I ever told this story before, But I worked this job where I supervise visitations, and so I was in Calhoun, Georgia. Now, D1 might understand that. Now Calhoun, man, is really really white. You know what? I mean, it's really racist. But I don't care. You listen to me. I don't. None of it ain't gonna bother me. Cause they ain't gonna do nothing to me. Cause I'll mess around and they had to beat me one down. But however, I'm in a Burger King in Calhoun, Georgia, and I'm supervising this older guy, and he had a little baby. It's his son. I'm supervising that visitation. So I'm on my computer. I'm typing up notes. I'm typing up the interactions, things of that nature. And then this older white lady came in, and she came to me. She came directly to me and said, like, "You over there stealing credit card numbers, aren't you?" I kept my composure because I was like, the first word that wanted to come out of my mouth was something vulgar. But I kept my composure. I said, "No, man, I'm working. Thank you very much. Have a good day." So she went over there. And this is 1 week, right? So, she kept on looking, said, "I'm going to call the police on you." So she told me. I said, "Ma'am, I don't care what you do." So by the time that, at the visit ended, I went home, no harm, no foul. The very next week, then he gets a weekly visit. Same old lady in the Burger King like she living that bad boy. But this time, man, this heifer calls the police on me. So I'm sitting in there with the father. We sitting there. So now I have to embarrass the father because now how can I say this? I'm from Detroit. And I recognize certain situations really quick. So these two guys came in. They looked undercover. Came in and guarded both entrances of the Burger King. And I'm sitting and I'm watching. And so a plane officer came in and was like, "Hey, you know what? We got a plane to say that, you in here, I'm still in credit cards." I said, "Listen, okay, here's my badge." That's how to embarrass his parent. So I'm in here supervising this parent's visitation. His child is in the custody of Gordon County defects. And I'm doing this in front of everybody. Everybody looking at me. And so the dude was like, "Listen, man, I don't know what you want." I said, "But I know who called the police on you." I said, "That old heifer back there called the police on me to say I was," and she over there digging in her food like she know what's going on. I said, "That old heifer right there called me because she's a racist. I'm just in here doing my job, man." She said, "Hey," so the police officer was cool. He was like, "Hey, man, my bad. You know what? No problem, man. We just got the complaint. I just want to check it out." I said, "Thanks, man. No problem." But the mere fact, man, I was so pissed. Man. It's like, listen, anytime I wanted to go over and punch an old woman, that was the time. I wanted to go over there and straight give her one right in her grill. I was like, "Heifer, I don't even know you." You know what? But you know what? I had to provide her some grace. I was like, maybe this woman is old and she's senile, and she thinks this is 1947. I don't know, but I let it be. That's my story. He said, Gorilla Tactics says, "I'm glad the community was able to get the children something, although late, as a birthday gift." Yeah, man, listen, I'm telling you, that kid was so humble. It's two kids, man. They brothers. And they funny, man. They both redheads, man. And I mean, they just some good kids, man. The grandparent was so happy. She was like, "Oh, because the grandparent was definitely worse. Like, I don't know how I'm going to keep them entertained." She keeps worrying about this. "I don't know how I'm going to keep these boys entertained." I was like, "Don't worry." And then, you know what? Everything kind of fell into place. So, I give God the praises. All right. So, yeah, D1, my bad, man. Listen, that was funny on the HDMI. All right. I got everybody on the board. I think we should be good. But, yeah, man, listen. So, let's jump into, so let me see what's going on. Let me see if I can jump into a different screen real quick. Before I guess we could continue with PlayStation. So the poll question tonight is, let me see where we at. Will Sony leave Steam? I don't think so. The money's too good, but they're gonna have to do something. Because they're going to start losing money. It's like Sony always figure out a way to lose money. They had a really good thing going. And to me, they should not be tinkering with this. I wouldn't tinker with this until I knew for sure that a system was coming out and I was getting ready to announce And then I'll make these issues. You don't make it that early when this system's probably not gonna come out for another year or so. You don't do it this early and start tinkering with settings and mess with the online experience. You can't do that when people didn't pay full money. To me, at that standpoint, people should require and ask for a refund. I should get, because I'm not getting the full experience that I originally paid for, because midway through the cycle, PlayStation want to play takeaway. So yeah, that's crazy. But currently 100% of everybody believes that they're not leaving Steam. I don't think so either. The money's too good, but they better do something, or people are going to leave them. People are going to decide to say, hey, I'm just not going to support the brand. And Steam is so big, man. I don't think you want to mess with that community like that. There's not a whole lot of Sony games anyway on Steam, and so why would you mess up something good? You building something great on Steam. You better just leave it alone, and let it be. You don't make that kind of decision until you got you making multi-billions from Steam. Cause they're in a position. I think they want Sony sees how much money they're making. They'll see how much money they're paying Steam. And they saying, "Hey, we want all that money back to ourselves." So yeah, of course, a handheld was coming. The PlayStation Portal was just a tease. Of course, a handheld is coming. It's coming fast. It can't get here fast enough. It'll probably, and I wouldn't be surprised if that handheld drops next year to be in competition with the Switch. I would not. It would not surprise me. D1 says, let me pull this up. So I don't think Sony will leave Steam, but I do believe that they will have an extreme limitation on what games can be played. Yeah, man, listen, but that's a bad thing, though. That is a bad thing. Steam 132 million Steam users as of, that is crazy. As of June 20. Listen, I'm telling you, they better. I think this will, to me, like, when you know how you sit back from afar and you say, man, this was a dumb move. To me, this is like an EA movement. You know what? EA made some dumb decisions. You know what? Just flat out, just stupid decisions. Like not having Madden on the Switch, stupid. This absolute stupid, man. This is one of those moments. It's like, you know what? Why would, to be honest, listen, you can tell you another dummy, Rockstar. It's like Rockstar, for you to not have at least Grand Theft Auto 4, you would have, man, it would have sold so extremely well. They didn't have to have 5. All they needed was, they could have put Grand Theft Auto 4 on the Switch. And I think they could have made it without a shadow of a doubt. And it would have sold like gangbusters. You don't mess with it. Listen, so Sony is on. They're jumping off a cliff too. I mean, I just think this is stupid, especially after the success of some of your games that was like dormant, that wasn't really making no money, and you just dropped them on Steam, and it's like the #1 game of the month. Yeah, you can't. Listen, you can't mess with that. You gonna pull back off the multiplayer? This is not smart decisions, man. And it's gonna be like whoever they got making these kind of big time decisions, man, is gonna run that company in the ground. Like they better get on top of it, man. I like the fact that they're coming out with a new handheld, but man, listen, it might. I won't say no. If it comes out next year, I think anything later than next year, man, might just be too late. Especially if this Switch 2 comes out and it's straight fire. But the main topic tonight, man, was September PlayStation Showcase revealing the PS5 Pro has 10 good reasons to happen. You know what? I agree. I think if they're going to do it, they better do it at Tokyo Game Show. Why? They got a big enough spotlight. They haven't been to Tokyo Game Show in years. To come back, they better have some form of new hardware to say to the world, here I am. But because they're going to have to show there is a reason that you need a PS5. I haven't from the stuff we have read and seen. I just haven't seen nothing that was like, okay, man, I just really need a PS5 Pro. But you know what? I had the PlayStation 4 Pro, and I really didn't need it. You know what? And my games ran a little bit better. What's going on, Dub City? Good morning to you, my brother. I really didn't need the PS4 Pro. You know what? I could have survived off the PS4 if some of my games ran a little bit better, but not tremendously better. I ended up giving up my PS4 Pro, my PS4 to my son, and then he ended up tearing it up. Like, how do you break the HDMI port? I don't understand that, man. I just be looking at my head and shaking my head. I had to get I got a Xbox 360 that's legit. It's not red ringed or nothing. It works, and I had to pull it up out of there because I was like, man, I don't want you to break it. Neil, man, listen, give a shout out, man, to Nintendo dads. Neo Prime in the building. He said, I don't play enough. Hold on, what you mean? Hold on, let me go back. You talking about on your Steam? Matter of fact, let me get these names on the board because if I forget, it will be all bad. Dub City in the building is a member of the channel. Oh, no, Dub City, you're not a member of the channel? I thought Dub City was a member of the channel. But Dub City is in the building. Neo Prime. It's Prime Day. Oh man, it's great. I'm gonna go to some of these questions real quick. Gorilla Tactics says, I don't think it's going to hurt Sony in the long run. The majority of PC gamers will end up caving and just liking a dummy account. Okay. Man. They might. You know what? Listen, I ain't gonna lie to you. I might. Because it is tantalizing to play some of these games in handheld mode. Like, I just don't want it. Like, I really like playing certain of them games on Steam, and I don't want it to jeopardize that experience. I don't do a lot of online stuff on my Steam Deck, but like Ghost of Tsushima, man, on my Steam Deck, man, it's a great experience. It's like really entertaining. And I don't want them to mess that up because they just want to be pansies. All right, Dub City, I got you on the board. Welcome. Let me get back here. Boom. GT says, never mind. The amount of money Sony will make from selling their user personal info will outweigh the money lost by not selling PC games in over 100 third world countries. Oh man, Gorilla Tactics, man, boy. Listen, you listen. You know how to like really go in. Oh, but you know what? You're right. Neil Prime says, I don't play my PS5 enough for a Pro. You listen, me and you both. I just don't see. I don't think they can really convince me to say, you know what, I just really gotta have it. I don't think they have a game coming out that says I really have to have it. They don't have one. They absolutely does not have a game that's coming up in their down the line to say, I just got to have it. Now, if you're a big fan, I think of like GTA 6, this might be beneficial. If you're a really big fan and you just got to have ray tracing, this might be beneficial. But I'm like Neo Prime. It's like, you know what? I think this generation, I'm going to get all my money out of this PS5 right here. And I don't think they have tapped into enough of the power to make me say, you know what, I just gotta upgrade. I just don't see it. So whatever this presentation, it's got to be so dynamic, and games got to be strictly for players for pro, which we know it's not going to happen. So it's just another tactic to gain more money out of people. So it's going to be a hard pass for me. He said memberships must expire. I think they do every month. I think they do. CMG says, you loving that Steam Deck game. That I do, man. Listen, but I also like my Legion Go. You know what? I really am a big fan of the OLED. I think, you know what, when comparing the two, even though I think the Legion Go might run games a tad bit better than the Steam Deck, but what I like about the Steam Deck is that Switch-like startup ability. I am really a big fan of that, man. Just like, you know what, hey, if I'm playing a game, I cut it off. If I'm playing 2K and it's 3 seconds left in the fourth quarter and I cut that thing off, whenever I cut it back on, it's going to start from that game. And that, to me, is huge. I wish the Legion Deck did that. If the Legion Go did that, I would probably be all about the Legion Go. But it doesn't. It cuts the game all the way off, and they got to reboot it back up. It's a mess. So, yeah, I think the Tokyo Game Show is going to be big for Sony. But I'm with Neo Prime on this one here. I don't think I play it enough to make it happen. Especially, Steve, man, you hit it on the nose, man. Let me put Steve's comment up real quick. He said, instead of a PS5 Pro, I'll say for a Switch 2. I think, you know what, the PS5 Pro came a little too late. If this button hit against a Switch Pro, man, it's going to lose. This is about they're going to lose. And if I tell you this much, if somehow, some way, Nintendo, please listen to me. Please. Somehow, some way, you convince EA to bring this game day one to the Switch 2. Or better yet, bring 26, promise it, for that first year of the Switch. And buddy, you're going to have a banger. I am surprised and kind of really upset that college football wasn't on PC, but we'll get to that later. But yeah, I'm with you on that with Steve. CMG said you should see that ASUS event on the Rogue Ally X. Well, okay, so is it a good thing? Should I watch CMG, or is it like, oh, maybe I should pass on it? D1 says, man, I'm so glad I got the OLED deck. I'm telling you, it looks and moves so much better. Listen, D1, man, I've been saying it, man, since the day I picked it up. I was a little apprehensive about getting an OLED because, you know, I had one that was functional. You know, I was like, it is something about that OLED screen, man. But listen, it was by far the better choice. It was by far the better choice. He said, I use it on the go, and my LCD stays docked at home. Yeah, listen, you know what, man? I didn't even think about that. Boy, I tell you, I'm slow, but D1, you have struck it. You have struck it rich. That is what I'm going to do. I'm going to take my. You know what? I was about to sell that bad boy. No, I'm not. I'm just going to put that deck over there. Have it always stay connected to my monitor. And, man, D1, you the man. Man, why did I not? That seems so logical. Why didn't I think of that? Don't worry, man. It's a little slow. But D1, man, shout outs to you, man. Where my sound effects in? D1 gets the clap. Yes, sir. That was wonderful. Wonderful thinking, man. You say you are on it today, buddy. Yeah, I need yes. That'll be dope. This way, I don't gotta hook nothing up. It's always hooked up to sit on down and play. Yeah. Oh man, that was a Christmas gift. Thank you, appreciate you. But yeah, man, listen, it's that OLED boy. That's to me, that's the one to have. I ain't gonna even lie. CMG said the Legion Go is getting better. Yeah, you know what? Listen, I've been trying my best to keep updating it, but I just don't give myself enough time to go back through the updates. And making sure, again, it's a whole different experience, especially when you out working as much. If I just had one job, I could probably do it all the time, but I'd be all over the place. Gorilla Tactics says, I just don't need it. CMG. The majority of my gaming is done on my desktop PC. I have no interest in paying over $1,000 for a handheld to play games at medium settings. Woo-wee. But I will say, man, listen, I do like me a good handheld, man, and I just think like that experience that I have received from the Steam Deck has been superior. Certain games, like, I wish like that's one thing. Every game just don't run the same, but you know what? It's still the experience is good enough. It's good enough. But I just wished, I wish Madden 24 ran properly on either of the systems. But man, that college football, buddy, man, if you're a football fan, if you have not picked up college football, boy, you are missing. You are missing it, buddy. It is so good. So good. It ain't perfect. It's not perfect, but it's fun. I would tell you, listen, it is so fun playing the computer. So fun. I ain't like, listen, I had to really, really at first I was just too happy, and then I started getting blown out. I was like, oh, buddy, I got to stop this here. I got to go through some training. But super fun, man. Super fun experience, man. Definitely highly recommend it. If you are any kind of football, if you're a college football fan, man, listen, the presentation, man, to how they run the football, it's a great game. But I also have been playing, besides that, is the Nintendo World Championship. And I like it. I'm not in love with it, but I like it. Let me see if I got a story for that. Let me see if I got a story for that. I thought I had a story for that. However, I'm gonna put this up. I'm gonna talk about this next because this is definitely, buddy. We're gonna talk about Plucky Squire, boy. If you have not seen that trailer, that gameplay trailer, boy, is magical. It makes me want the game today. This game right here is gonna give Zelda some run for his coin. I'm telling you. I am telling you, do not slip on this one here. But back to the Nintendo World Championships, man. Listen, it's definitely one of those games that you gotta play with other people to get the full enjoyment. I think you really gotta. If you got some people in your household, it's dope. But to me, I liked it because especially like the Mario challenges and the Donkey Kong challenges, because those are games like when you was a kid, especially Donkey Kong, man, you wanted to get through that board. You figured out how to get through that board the fastest you could because you knew the board's coming up, it was gonna get faster, and you had to adjust your strategy. And so it's almost like that kind of like that Pac-Man dopamine. When you play games, it's like it gets faster and more challenging as you progress. So I'm enjoying it. I listen. I'm glad I bought it. I think it's a great purchase to me for $30. I think it's royal price. I think anything more than that would have been a problem. But $30, it's a great game. if you got a lot of people in your household, or you got some good friends that y'all chop it up anyway. You play together, like play Mario Party, things of that nature. Another great. This is another one in the books that you're gonna want to play together. So totally, I'm digging it. Definitely, I can definitely recommend this game. But yeah, I love the Super Mario boards. I haven't played every board yet, like every game, but I played some Zelda, played some Metroid, played the Super Mario Brothers, Super Mario Brothers 2. Just kind of just going there testing it out, but it was. I mean, I'm glad I purchased it. I tell you, I'm glad it's in my repertoire. But Plucky Squire, man, my first hands-on with Plucky Squire was the most joyful experience in ages. Now, I think this, yeah, good. We're gonna check. We're gonna watch this trailer, and I don't even care if I get tagged because I'm playing it. But it was just, to me, it was just like, man, once you see it, I think because for me, explaining it to you is one thing, but once you see it, it's a whole different thing. Shout out to Supersonic Mockingjay, man, for sending this to me on Discord, because I didn't even know they had a trailer until I got his message, and then I watched it and was like, oh my goodness, this is gorgeous. So let me see. Let me make sure all my volumes and stuff is turned up. So this is the new. No, this might be the old trailer. Yeah, this is the. Hold on, let me see.
Once upon a
Yeah,
time,
this is the.
there was a plucky
the
squire named Jot.
Yeah, this is the old trailer. Let me stop this here. Okay, so hold on. I know I saw it earlier. Hold on, let me see. I thought I pulled it. I gotta find it, because that trailer. Let me go to YouTube real quick. YouTube crash. Yes, reported. All right, boom. All right, let's see. This is Plucky Squire trailer. It's a gameplay trailer. So that's 2 years. Think about it. This game was announced 2 years ago. Okay, this got to be it here. Sneak peek trailer.
Welcome to the land of Mojo. Here we find Jot, the plucky squire, and his friends, Violet, Thrash, and Pip. Our heroes protect the land from the villainous sorcerer, Humgrump.
Let me go back.
They adventure to the edges of their realm, and even beyond. There, Jot finds a whole new world to explore, with dangers, surprises, and attractively furnished accommodation. Our heroes must battle Humgrump across the 2 realms if they are to save their beloved land from his diabolical designs.
See what says, even the PS5 Pro dropping early.
Off the page and into adventure.
No, I think it's from last time I read. It's around the same time. It's around the same kind of time period. No, we don't. Let me close this here. Maybe no, that's 2 years ago. Man, I wish I can open up my. Now this trailer was just recently. I hate that. Maybe this is it here.
The desk looks a little different at night
Yeah,
now, doesn't
this
it?
is it.
A bit messy, perhaps, but not without its charm.
Yep,
I
this is
suppose.
the one I saw recently. Man, this game is
Looks like
gorgeous.
we find Jot in the midst of a little tussle already. A quite explosive one at that.
Man, look at this, man. You can't tell me that. Listen, this oozes creativity.
It would seem that this father and son could use a little help from our hero. Well, if I know Jot, I'm sure he's up for lending a hand to whomever is in need. Oh my! Jot has a new companion for this little adventure. Looking snazzy, you two. I'm sure they'll be able to reach new heights together, so to speak. Well, look at that. A jetpack. Be careful,
D1
Jot.
is a-
Flying through the air at such great heights can be dangerous for even the bravest of heroes.
Man, this is a beautiful game, man. I'm so looking forward to.
Quite impressive. Our new rocket friend looks to be very handy in all manner of situations.
I am all in favor of this here.
Progress is being made. Splendid work to you both. Looks like a new challenge awaits. What lies ahead in the cylindrical land?
Dio Prime says, yes, bring it, EA. Bring it, listen. Bring it day
Amazing.
one.
A fancy transformation
You can't
for this
tell
science
me-
fiction
listen.
soldier. That
What was that
visor,
game from
very
Sony?
futuristic, Jot.
When Sony launched the PS4, they had a
Watch
space
out, Jot.
game
They're coming
that
at you
was
from all
pretty much just
sides.
like this here. It
Oh
kind of went
my.
around in a circle. What was that game? I can't think of it to save my life, but man, I love that game. That game was so good. All right, so I'm not going to
glad
take
that
too
is
much
over.
time playing this. I
I'm
think
not sure my
it should
heart
be-
can take much more
It's
of
almost,
that
it's
action.
almost done anyway.
The desktop
Got
seems
about
like a much
less than a
more
minute.
sensible place to be.
GT says, that is not logical, Gaming Dad. It's not having to plug your OLED deck into a dock worth the $200 to $300 you could probably make from selling your LCD deck.
Success!
Did not sell it.
It looks like our father rocket is back in working
Listen,
shape.
you know what, man?
Well done, Jot.
If my wife was right here, she'd be like the same thing. She'd be like, you need to sell that thing. We can do other things with those finances. You might listen. I think you might be right, but man, that just sounds so tempting. I could just have it on there until I sell it. How about that? Let me close this. Not Epic Mickey for $60. It's crazy. All right, let me get out of this here. Boom. Boom. But anyway, man, Plucky Squire, man, I'm telling you, listen, I'm all in like Flynn, and they're still saying 2024. So listen, if I can get that this year, you know what, I'll be good. To have that and Zelda, boy, Resogun, GTU the man. That's the name of that game. Resogun was the truth. If you got a PS4, man, if you can get that on PS5, and I think you can, man. Listen, that is the game. Pick that game up. Resogun that game was so good. Me and my son, man, back when we used to play it online together. Oh, we used to have so much fun, man. Shout out to my oldest son, David, man. He out there living his best life. Matter of fact, took his girlfriend to Florida, down to the Disney World, man. He doing good. You know, D1 says GT wouldn't get better performance out of the LCD and preserve the OLED in the process. Plus, What good is OLED if you don't have it an HD TV screen? Yeah, that's true. Neil Prime says, I'm having more fun with World Championship NES edition than I expected. You know what? So far, man, because I haven't dug deep into it. But man, listen, the go through Super Mario Brothers, I just enjoyed that. It was like, man, hold on, my time sucks. I was like, hold on, my time was sucking at first, but then I had that old muscle memory I had to kick in the gear, and I kind of like really want to play it. I really want to play it with the Nintendo, the regular Nintendo controllers. To me, I think that's just a better experience. That muscle memory will come back like clockwork. So maybe D1, but how long are you planning to keep the OLED? 10 years? A new and better Steam Deck is likely out in the next 3 years max. Nah, I'm listen. I think 2 years. I think how old is the Steam Deck? Is the Steam Deck got to be about 3 years old now, right? They still haven't announced a release date, but 2024, I guess, holiday. Yeah, so they still sticking with 2024. I just hope it doesn't slip. Neo Prime says, if you like the look of Plucky Squire, you should check out The Legend of Right, a fantastic game with so much. Okay, all right, let's look at that. The Legend of Right. I'm all in favor of looking up another game. The Legend of Right gameplay. Huh. RPG time, Legend of Right, announcement trailer. Let's look at the announcement trailer. Oh, this is 2 years ago, too.
This summer, embark on a fully handmade adventure. A new yet nostalgic gaming experience awaits you. Come on, it's time for adventure! RPG Time, The Legend of Right. The visuals in the notebook spring to life as animation, and the items all have a handcrafted feel. An indie game that astonished the world with its incredible craftsmanship is now available on Nintendo Switch. The game is bursting with the imagination of a young boy named Kenta who dreams of becoming a game creator. Play as Right, the hero, in his quest to save the princess from the clutches of the Demon King and restore peace to the world.
I really hope
the game is also compatible with the touchscreen interface of the Nintendo Switch. A notebook adventure that everyone can enjoy. Set out on a fantastic adventure alongside Kenta. RPG Time, The Legend of Right will be available on August 18th.
Oh, this comes out next month. Okay. I might have to listen. Another game that might have to be now. You wouldn't listen now, Neil Prime. Y'all wouldn't have an early copy of this, would y'all? You might have the 411. Let's see. D1 says 3 years is fine. I don't imagine PC handheld lasting long anyway. I doubt any other handheld will get a forced lifespan like the Switch. Nah, but listen, man, I'm telling you, man, I don't think PC handheld is going anywhere. I'm telling you, I believe right now that next Steam Deck is going to be something to reckon with. And to have that Switch-like experience, but with PC gaming, oh man, that's tantalizing, man. Suicide Michael J. I don't know that. I don't know what YouTube you trying to get me to watch. It won't show it to me. So most tech is usually updated every 2 years anyway. True. GT says, then why would you be worried about preserving it as long as possible if you're a gaming dad? Get that money. It was a hypothetical question. I don't know what gaming dad's intentions are, but $200 or $300 is just gas money for the month for me. Shoot, man, $200 or $300 is man, not even close. He said, "Hold on, how long for that gas money for the month?" Nah, man, I with my other job, I probably spend about $500 to $600 in gas. Says the Plucky Squire looks like it takes what was cool about A Link Between Worlds and builds on it. Yes, it does. It gives me that whole experience, man. To me, that's a game that Nintendo should definitely remake, or at least bring up to speed to modern consoles. A Link Between Worlds was good. The game reminds me of Tearaway. Oh, man, Tearaway on the Vita mixed with Little Big Planet. I have zero interest in it. This is the type of the media molecules would make. Yeah, man. Yeah, Resogun, man. Resogun, that was it, buddy. I love some Resogun, buddy. Honestly, Plucky Squire looks a little innovative. I agree, man. But I wouldn't buy it. Oh, it is one of those games I play and someone else had it ready. I ain't gonna lie, man. I'm gonna go ahead and drop some money on it. It said Super Stardust Delta. Yeah, Super Stardust Delta. This is so do you think Plucky Squire will be $60 or $70? If it's $70, it's dead in the water. I'll tell you that much. It's dead in the water. To me, $50 is the sweet spot. If they want to sell it, $50 is the sweet spot. Legend of Right is already out. Okay, so I might have to check Legend of Right out. I like games like that. Give me a good story, good experience. Do you think Nintendo will ever produce a Mario series that will solely play on other systems? No. I think that the intellectual properties are too valuable to be sharing. Even though they've done it before, though, now they have put. I think Super Mario Galaxy was on NVIDIA's system that they had. They had that little standalone system that didn't sell very well. But yeah, I don't think the Nintendo, unless the hardware tanks unbelievably, which I don't think this next go around, unless the Switch 2 is just absolute garbage, which I don't think, because the Switch concept is too popular right now. For them to go strictly and go and put they have no reason to. Listen, matter of fact, you're going to see that Sony is probably going to reap what they're sowing. I think that's going to backfire on Sony for them to put their games out on PC. It weakens the Sony brand. They were, if they had some forethought, they were by far better off saying, "Listen, hey, we get the PS5. We need to have a competitor to the Switch. You can't sit back and let a company sell that many units and think that we're just not gonna do a handheld. Like you fool, like the market is telling you that people want handhelds. Your home country of Japan, they like small handhelds. She's like, what? They should have been jumped on this here. Once again, another dumb Sony moment. I hate that, and I like Sony, but to me that was the dumb Sony moment. Y'all should have been. We should have been having a Vita 2, some form of handheld. We should have been having an iteration of that. GT Brazil YT says, "Gaming Dad, when will the next Switch come out of your Steam?" When the next Switch drops, come out. Steam Deck will become. I'm like, believe it or not, it won't, because like there are certain games right now that I just can't play on my Switch 2. I mean, I'm gonna tell you about it. I believe there's certain games that's probably not coming to Switch 2 right away, but that I love playing on my Steam Deck. Like, I love playing Dead Space, to get a play or two in a Dead Space before I go to bed. I love playing Shadow of Mordor. Man, I love Shadow of Mordor, man. If Shadow of Mordor, man, listen, I've beaten it, but just to go back and just play a couple rounds, the combat is so satisfying. I'm not gonna have access to them kind of games, on a Switch 2. Now Switch 2 is gonna get played. It's gonna get played probably a lot. But now my Steam Deck is still gonna be in rotation. So you're looking for Plucky Squire link, so I sent it. Oh, you sent it in the chat. Okay. The good thing about it, I found it. So it gave me that. Another game for you comes out December. Gate Zero demo out now. The demo is out on what system? Silent Knuckletales. Neo Prime says, remember when Nintendo used to work with other companies like Panasonic and such? Imagine if Steam Deck, if Steam allowed Nintendo to have Steam on their Switch 2. Boy, oh boy. Boy, oh boy. That would be something, right? That will be something. D1 says, Gaming Dad, you are going to different locations for different families. I just have a 1 hour commute every day. Really 2 or 3 and back. Okay. Yeah, I am. That's true. I am going really far locations too, from where I'm at. Like those kids that we gave the Nintendo Switches to, I picked them up in Canton, and then I take them all the way to Roseville. That's Roseville is maybe 20 minutes from Tennessee. That's how far Roseville is up north. So yeah, it's a hike, without a shadow of a doubt. So people talking about gas money like gas is cheap. Gas is damn near $2 per liter. Get out of here. That's like $1.50 USD for a third of a gallon. Yeah, oh my goodness, $4.50. Yeah, gas is like $2.70. Man, well, listen, where you at, D1? I tell you, gas ain't $2.70 for me. I think the cheapest I've paid for gas recently, I saw it at one place for $2.99. But coming back home from Savannah, I caught it for $3.08. Steamgate Zero. All right, I'm gonna put that. Gas is definitely not cheap. Right. Gas is horrendous right now. Funny thing is, people are forgetting that Nintendo could go a completely different route than a Switch 2 for their next console. No, he called it. The president called it the next generation. I don't think so. They've made, financially, they've made so much money that it's going to be similar in nature. If you look at, look at this new dock they just released, that was getting ready to release in October, rather. The dock is different from the original dock they licensed out earlier. Because the dock they originally licensed out was made perfect for a Joy-Con to fit perfectly in. But if you look at this new one here, it elevates off the ground, right? So it gives a lot more space both down and up. I believe that probably this new dock is probably also going to be able to utilize and be able to charge both former and new Joy-Cons. I think it's going to fit them. I think that the Joy-Cons is going to be able to fit both of them. Sorry about that. Little Big Planet meets Zelda. You know what, man? I like Little Big Planet, but I didn't like the controls of Little Big Planet. It was just too loose. Ooh, for a gallon, it'll be damn near $5 up here. Yikes. GT, how far from Alaska? How far are you from Alaska? And gas is typically around $5 a gallon anyway, but during COVID, it was anywhere from 6 to 8 gallons in some places. Yikes. He said, GT, nah, he ain't that far from. I don't think he's on that side of the country. I think he's more. Aren't you like more on the Toronto side of Canada? Yeah, he's not too far from Drake. More than likely, this Neil Prime says, more than likely the Switch 2 will be the sequel, but Nintendo will come out with a wild third pillar system that will go that different route. Yeah, you know what, Nintendo, I think that next iteration is probably going to be definitely different. So I'm in Toronto. It'll be like 6 now. Okay, yeah. See, because Alaska's on the opposite side. I mean, Alaska is on the opposite side of the state. That's called the country, rather, or the continent. That's not the continent. CMG says, "Thank God I live in New York. I don't need to drive here." And with all the trains here, yeah, y'all public transportation is dope. I ain't gonna even front out. That's why I love visiting New York. I just love, you can get anywhere you need to go. Anyway, listen, you know one thing you don't see in New York? You don't see a whole lot of overweight people. I don't want to say fat. You don't see a whole lot of overweight people in New York. Cause you gotta walk everywhere, man. So you know what, you're gonna be kind of in some kind of shape. But I love the vibe of New York. Love the vibe. I wouldn't know what to do if I lived in New York. I would be strictly a street photographer. I'd just be out there just taking pictures. Looking like Jeebus Creek. I do have a driver's license, but do you have a car? Do you have a car, and do you drive? Do you leave? Because to me, I would have to, without a shadow of a doubt, leave the city. My brother, when he lived in New York, he stayed in Harlem. He stayed within walking distance of the Apollo Theater, and we loved it. I love to go visit him. Man, Marta is okay. I mean, listen, if you stay in the city of Atlanta, or you stay in Gwinnett County, you know what? If I'm telling you, if I was to move anywhere else in Georgia, it would be Gwinnett County. I love that area over there by the Mall of Georgia. I just love, man. It's so diverse, and it's always be jumping, always be something to do. It'd be a lot of traffic, but man, it's always busy, but it's not crazy busy. It's just like you'll always be entertained. There's always something to do. Really, their parks are really structured to be family oriented. Like, to have kids is, that's where to grow up at. That's where to have your kids at, Gwinnett County. All right, let's get. It's a bunch of news. I want to get to a bunch of stuff. SNK versus Capcom is out right now. I think on systems and on PC. This dropped at Evo. You know what, man? I don't know. I don't know how much. Let's see if you see how much it is. So you can pick this up on Steam. But you know what? It's only $20. You know what? For $20, man, it just, I don't know, man. Listen, this might hold me over, but to be honest, I'm waiting for Marvel vs. Capcom. I'm just, I gotta draw my line and save my money somewhere. But Marvel vs. Capcom is where I want to be. Where I wanna be. But I think this was a nice shadow drop, just out of nowhere. Got people talking about it. $20, you can't beat it. I don't know if anybody picking this up. You know what? When I was a kid, man, I was a big fighting fan. I mean, fighting games were it. You played like from Street Fighter to Mortal Kombat to Tekken, the Virtual Fighter, man, all those Killer Instinct. Play all those games in the arcade, man, was nothing like it, man. There's nothing like walking into an arcade, man, and hear Ultra Combo. And hearing, are you can, man, this to hear those sounds, man, it takes you back, man. And I just remember being a kid, like, man, I wish I could play this in my house. Trying your best to get up as many quarters as you can so you can go and spend them all at the arcade. Nothing like it, man. D1 says, I like the old SVC, but I'm not hyped for this announcement. Also, I'd rather have Capcom versus SNK. Yeah, that would be dope. But this Capcom versus Marvel, man, I'm gonna wait for that one. But for $20, man, I think this would be a nice pickup if you're a diehard fighting fan. But I can wait. Plenty. So let's look at the poll question real quick. It says, hey, will Sony leave Steam? 22% believes they will. I mean, there's a case for them to leave. I just don't think so. I think they have signed their contract with the devil by putting their first party games onto Steam. And I think, to a certain degree, it hurts their brand. I think that's a bad decision. It hurts their brand. Even though financially, right now, today, is probably the best decision they could have made. But I don't know, man. At the end of the day, what makes Sony special? You know what? They might well go ahead and be a third party company. I don't know, man. I don't see how this is going to end up working for them. Because I tell you, my question should have been like, you know what? How successful will the PS4 or PS5 Pro be? And I don't think it's going to do very well. Especially if it's more. The only way that thing sells if for some reason PS5 becomes scarce, and so the only thing you can buy is a Pro. Then it'll sell. But people will be pissed. They got to pay this extra money. All right, let's see. Nintendo finally made its own Joy-Con controller. Now, see, okay, well, you know what? It doesn't elevate that much. But to me, see, it gives it enough clearance where if the charging mechanism is up a little higher, it can accommodate a Joy-Con that's on an 8-inch screen. So that's why I'm thinking, man, I think this stand right here is, it's set up to so, but it's going to be able to be used for both the Switch 2 and the Switch. I think this is a double combination. But you know what, man? I think I ain't say we all, but I know I am, and I know a lot of people and all other YouTubers are really, really ready for a reveal. I think I watched Doc's Trade video the other day, and he made a good point, and I kind of agree with him. I think Nintendo is definitely probably waiting to, after Sony drops their PS5 Pro. I think they're gonna wait till after that and then hit you upside the head. They're gonna let them have a little shine for a minute, and then they're gonna cannibalize the video game market for the rest of the year in October. I think that's a perfect time, and I think and one of the reasons why I think it's a good time, and I don't think it's not gonna cannibalize sales, because the people at this standpoint that are buying Switches are buying them because they're just not learning about them. I think everybody else, like, there's not a ton of people. Even I look at my kids and how they consume like Nintendo, like how their consumption of news. It's all on TikTok. It's real quick. It hits and misses, but they don't dig in deep, or they don't watch podcasts and things of that nature. They don't have no concern for that. So, yeah, I don't think nobody that's currently watching podcasts about video games are really concerned about buying another Nintendo Switch this year. I think you're going to have some people that's going to buy that Zelda, and then that's it. But to announce this year, I think it'll still be great for Nintendo. I don't think it's going to mess with their sales not one bit, because all these parents think about it, all the parents who have kids who are 4 turning 5 this year are probably going to get a Switch. That's to me, that's the market they're selling to. They're not selling to us. They're selling to those kids who are just not getting that they come up from. They're either 3, 4, and 5. Those are the kids that are getting Switches this year. Especially if they're 5 going to from 3 to 6. That's the generation who don't have a video game, who done seen enough of their friends bring theirs to school, who want one. They're going to get one this year, and that's how the Nintendo sales is going to continue. And to announce this year, to me, is still very, very logical. I think it will be smart for Nintendo to announce, show us the system, give us a trailer, and let that bad boy ride into the beginning of the year. And you give Switch again in March. I think that's a great decision for Nintendo. D1 says, I wish there was a Bloody Roar collection on Steam. What is Bloody Roar? I need to know that. So I know that they are pioneers, but do you think Nintendo may be intimidated by the overwhelming handheld PC market right now? No. I'm going to tell you why. Because when you have 140 plus million, you have theme parks that's linked to your brand, that's making money hand over fist daily from this, from attendance to merchandise. You have new movies and other streams of income coming in. I don't think they're intimidated at all. They know, like, to play Mario. If I put a movie out there and you go out and watch it, and if you want to play as that character in a video game, you know what you got to do? You got to buy Nintendo. Most parents is not that. Matter of fact, a lot of parents is not that savvy to understand emulation and the things of that nature and want to keep up with it. They don't. They want it nice and simple, and buying a Nintendo product gives them that nice and simple experience where they don't have to emulate or nothing like that. So, I don't think they're intimidated at all. But I best believe they are paying attention. Intimidated? No. But their eyeballs is definitely looking at Steam like, okay. But intimidated? No. This next system is, if they advertise properly because of how popular the Switch was, and if they have the right games at launch, if they have a Super Mario Odyssey 2 at launch, mixed in with a Metroid Prime and some key third parties at launch, buddy, it's gonna sell. It's gonna sell. It's gonna be ridiculous. I would not be surprised if they have the units prepared that within that first month, Nintendo will sell 10 million units. I would not be surprised, because you're gonna have so many people upgrade. So many people are thirsting to upgrade. Except GT. GT's not upgrading. But I know quite a few of us is on this channel right now is definitely going to upgrade. I'm one of them. I'm definitely going to upgrade, and I cannot wait till it happen. And it wouldn't be so, like, I think about, like, within my household, there are going to be 5 upgrades. I'm going to tell you, like, my children cannot wait, and my children are ready to pick them up another Switch. They're ready. You know what? Because right now they're gravitating to other things. Like my son is playing some fighting game on VR, and he is loving that. You know what? Him just hanging out with him and his friends. But you know what? They ready. It's like, you know, Nintendo's gonna get a Switch times 5 in this household. My daughter's girlfriends, you know, there'll be ton of Switches in GameStop. I wonder how that's gonna work. The GameStop is gonna get a lot of Switches being sold back in, and you know what? I don't know if I don't know. Yeah, I don't know if I keep my Switch. I don't know. I definitely keep my Switch Lite. I'll probably keep this red one. The OLED probably get sold back. Sonic tells with the verse of the day. He says comes out of the book of Ephesians, chapter 2, verse 5. It says, your attitude should be the same as that of Christ Jesus. I was talking to a kid today about that. And she was having some issues, getting mad, and, you know, allowing people to, you know, get her angry. And I told her, remind her, I said, hey, you know what? If you claim that you will deliver from that, then you need to be about that, even in the face of pressure. And that you must call on him to be able to calm those nerves down. You know what? Did I say Ephesians? My bad. I said it wrong. It wasn't Ephesians. It was Philippians. My bad. Philippians chapter 2, verse 5. Thank you for correcting me. Philippians chapter 2, verse 5. Your attitude should be the same as that of Christ Jesus. Amen. Amen. D1 says, I think I got that one already. GT says, simply bringing out a more powerful handheld ain't going to make the PC gamer buy Switch 2 like we did with Switch 1. We already have a more powerful Switch. It's called the Steam Deck Legion Go Alex. Yeah. Maybe not your generation. But this younger generation, man, they go with the wave. And whatever wave that is, they're going to ride that wave. So this generation is definitely not going to say, well, you know, I'm just not going to have it. No, if it is what it say it is, and if it's as popular and it plays the games that we are expecting to play, and if it runs and if it's efficient, I'm telling you, you'll have a lot more PC gamers buy a Switch in addition to what they currently have. It's the same way like myself. Like, PC gamers are going to buy this handheld, and you know what they're going to do? They're going to buy it. They're going to buy a Switch 2. It's going to happen. I can't say it won't be as successful as the Switch 1. No, it's not, because at that standpoint, there was no gaming handheld. But however, even with them buying gaming handhelds, you know what? I'm telling you, they're still going to buy a Switch. It's still going to be that third system for them. Now, I'm telling you who's going to lose out. I'm telling you, like that, like whenever that new Vita, whenever PlayStation or even Xbox jump into the market, it's going to be interesting to see, you know what I'm saying, who jumps on, like who going to bite the dust. To me, if I'm Xbox, I better jump to the system first, because to have that Game Pass and have it portable will be very tantalizing. But I don't know. It's gonna be interesting. I think Nintendo is still. I don't think nothing's gonna mess with Nintendo right now. I don't. Even a more powerful handheld, because people like their Switch. They listen. I ain't gonna lie, I like my Switch. It's just that it's missing some games. I probably would not even. I wouldn't even look at the Steam Deck. I'm telling you. As a matter of fact, this is the reason why I truly bought a Steam Deck. I bought a Steam Deck to be able to play NBA 2K 60 frames per second in handheld mode. I wanted to play Madden in handheld mode, and it gave me that. Like Madden 22 and Madden 23 runs phenomenal on the Steam Deck. And then they put this anti-cheat on there, and then it just tanked. That's the reason why, if they bring college football to the Switch, my Steam Deck will be it will be that, okay, when I just want to scratch an itch on certain games. But the Switch will be the dominant console again. So yeah, it's gonna be interesting. That's gonna be interesting to see. You make I don't dish your point. You make a great point, GT. So I'd rather wait for the next deck or Steam machine over Switch 2. I guess one of them things you got to teach his own on that one. Now I like games, so I'll probably dip into all of that, but I'm definitely in favor of that next Switch for sure. GT, don't forget your second entry, third entry. Dave Dub in the building, man. Let me get Dave and Guerrilla Tactics third entry in the books. All right, there we go. Dave Williams, the say hello to everyone. Dave Dub, got you on the board. Not Guerrilla Tactics. All right. Come on, right. There we go. Got you on the board. All right. So the new dock comes out October the 17th. I wonder what does it retail for? Doesn't give out a retail price. No, not a retail price. Matter of fact, this will go. Is anybody picking up a Hyrule Edition Nintendo Switch Lite? I'm definitely passing on it, even though I mean it would be nice just to have, but I don't think it's a good. I'd rather go ahead and buy. I would rather buy a new lens than buy that. Let's see. Capcom says there might be an opportunity for a new Marvel vs. Capcom game. It's coming. You listen, to think that it's not, it is coming. The interest is so high right now for that game. And then to add on to that, if it sells well, like I think it will be, it's gonna be. This is the test. This is testing the water and see how the demand is and how well. But best believe it, if it does well, if it sells over 1.5 million, a new one would come out for sure. It's got to sell 1.5 million. And that's, and I think that's very, very achievable. I think it might even sell way more than that just on the Switch. But let's see. Not So Guerrilla Tactics says, and the Vape God said, no Geeky on the wheel sounds like a deal. It's my third entry. Let's the ring commence. No, Geeky is on the board. Geeky came in here early. She came in early for a hot second and said, hey, what's going on? Then she had to dip out. I think. Wasn't there an HD Switch Lite announced? Man, I wish. Nope, no HD Switch Lite announced. A Switch, this to me should have been they would have made more money if this was a Switch OLED and it was like $250. They would, then I might have picked one up just to have it. That would have been, but to get another Switch Lite and it's no different, the screen is no different than the one I got. Nah. Get her off the wheel. Get her off the wheel. That's funny. But yeah, listen, this story right here, of course, I think it's going to be very entertaining to see how this goes, because Marvel Capcom is going to be good. I'm all in favor of this game coming out like now. But once again, another game I'm definitely looking forward to. Definitely got my money. Definitely pre-ordered already. Quick little story. Super Mario Party Jamboree rated by ESRB. So, this game is coming out. I forgot when the game is coming out, but I know it's sooner than later. I think this might be the October game. Yes, October 17th is when this game drops. Yeah, definitely another game that probably is going to get bought here in this household because we play Mario Party, and especially during Christmas time when my son is here, it's a dope experience. So Super Mario Party Jamboree, October 17th, rated by the ESRB. So that's a good thing that is coming sooner than later. The 10 most likely Nintendo Switch 2 release predictions based on leaks and hints. I wanted to say, all right, so let's look at some of the highlights from this here. Nintendo Switch 2 could have some exciting remasters and remakes for franchises like Fire Emblem and Zelda. To address that point, man, I think, it's a very good chance that these remakes we've been waiting on for Zelda is probably coming out to their online, which would be crazy dope to have some of these games that we've been kind of waiting on just drop on the Nintendo Switch online and have them bad boys able to play day one. It might be an increase, but for tier 3, it'd be a different tier, more than likely. But people would pay for that tier just to have that option. To me, if you look at, I forgot how much I pay for the family. It's like $70-something a year, which is like, $8 a month, which is nothing. That is, it's half of what I'm paying for Game Pass. So I heard Fire Emblem. Yeah, so the first point, the title was the 10 most likely Switch 2 release predictions based on leaks and hints. And so the very first bullet was the Nintendo Switch 2 could have some exciting remasters and remakes for the franchises like Fire Emblem and Zelda. The next point says some major entries are expected for Pokemon, Super Mario, and Animal Crossing. I believe that Pokemon game that's always been announced for 2025 is going to be a cross-gen. It's going to be on the original Switch. There's no way they walk away from that user base. Too many dollars. Maybe have some minor improvements for the next go around. But you know what? I believe Fire Emblem is in that first year of release on Switch 2 as well, and it's going to be both. I believe it's going to be both on new and old hardware. D1 said my bad. There was an OLED mod in works for Switch Lite announced. Yes. But I watched the video too of the guy. It didn't look that great right now. Of course, he's modding it together, but it looked promising. So it's going to be interesting to see how that eventually turns out, because if it's right, then that's worth purchasing, maybe like a used one, or even purchase a brand new one and drop an OLED screen in that bad boy in it. And if it works and it's efficient, then that will be very interesting to see. All right, I'm not gonna read everything, but these are some of the game predictions. There's a Fire Emblem remake. Switch Sports may get a successor. I don't think so. Well, I don't think so. With things being backwards compatible, there's really not a reason to have a brand new, unless you're doing something completely different that the hardware can take advantage of. But if not, you know what? You can continue to keep adding on to this bad boy and just continue to sell it. It's backwards compatible. I don't think they get another Switch unless they do like a Switch Sports Resort. Now they might do that. That will be dope. A Switch Sports Resort might just be a reason to have a successor. So that could happen. So definitely a new Mario Kart is coming. This is a no-brainer. At 60 million, yeah, you're gonna have a new one. Atlas and Sega remakes are rumored for Switch 2. Of course, you know what? You're gonna get Persona, 3 Reloaded. You can get all that stuff. That stuff is coming. Bayonetta trilogy could get a new release. You probably could make money if you put them all together. But I own them all, so I mean, I wouldn't rebuy. To me, the sequel I want is not really Bayonetta 4. To be honest, I want Astro Train 2. Now, to me, that is the one that if Nintendo is planning to make that, which I hope they are, that should go in the trailer. That's a game that you put that in the trailer, oh, they're gonna be talking about it. Yeah, Astro Chain 2. My son loved Astro Train. I say Astro Chain. So a Bayonetta trilogy could happen, and they could get away with selling it full price. My only fear for Nintendo is that they pull this dumb card and they want to charge $70 for every game. If they charge full price for they charge $70 for every game that comes out on Switch 2, that's gonna be I don't think that's gonna be a good decision for them. Pokemon Gen 10 is on its way. Absolutely. Pokemon, this is a no-brainer because as long as Nintendo makes new consoles, the Pokemon series will continue to progress and move on. They made too much money. Animal Crossing may return in 2026. Oh, that's a good question. 2026? You think Nintendo will wait that long for their second largest video game franchise? I think this game comes before that. I think Animal Crossing is a Christmas game. I'm telling you, I believe Animal Crossing comes out in that Christmas time frame. And I think they will be so smart to do it that way. GT says, I need Bayonetta 2 and 3 on PC. I bet you it will run phenomenal on PC. D1 said, I got to cut out early. If I win the wheel, give it to the kids. Give it to the redhead kids. I got you. So my son Sammy loved Astro Chain as well. Yeah, man. Listen, my son dug deep. He loved that game. He keep asking me like, Daddy, are they making another one? I say, I don't know, man, but it would be smart because Astro Chain, it did sell pretty well. It didn't do terrible. I think it was like a 1 or 2 million unit seller, so it made the money. I would listen, another game I hope they bring back is ARMS, man. ARMS was. Especially until they figure out what they're going to do with Smash Brothers. Because I think not having Smash Brothers sooner than... Unless they got a Smash Brothers plan already. And Smash Brothers is going to be within that first year of the release. But to me, you got to give ARMS a little time to breathe. They didn't give ARMS enough time to breathe and catch his legs for it to stick around. Because once Smash came out, it was like, it cannibalized itself. It just killed the whole vibe for ARMS. But man, I really liked ARMS. ARMS was fun. ARMS was a fun experience to play with my kid. With my son Joseph, he didn't like it too much because he always felt like we was double teaming him. But it was okay to double team me. But if we double teamed him, buddy, he was ready to fight. Ready. Now, so Animal Crossing 2026. I mean, it depends on what else they have to fill out that year. The difference with this Nintendo compared to the Nintendo after the Wii U is that they don't have to carry as much as they because they're gonna have a lot of third-party support. They're gonna have a ton of third-party support. And I think they're gonna have enough that they don't have to, crash the market with so many dope games. Even though I think that first year they need to have about 5 or 6. I think 5 or 6 really good games for Nintendo in that first year. Now, which those games would be, I think you got to add Animal Crossing into the mix because man, it's such a kid favorite rather. And when little kids see that, they're gonna want that next Switch model. I'm telling you, they're gonna want it. They're like, oh man, they got a new Animal Crossing, new Mario Kart. So that first year, if you have a Mario, you have, let's say, you have listen, they can get away with it. They can get away with Breath of the Wild remake. They can get away with it. Super Mario Odyssey 2, Animal Crossing, whatever the next innovation, Mario Kart, Metroid Prime. Those 5 games in that first year, you have a phenomenal year. That's a phenomenal year. And don't let Metroid Prime have some form of online multiplayer. And buddy, you can kind of sit on Splatoon, and your next year you hitting them hard with Splatoon, Astral Chain. I mean, you can hit them in the head. What is it? What's it? Super Smash Brothers. I mean, those some heavy hitters, man. In your first 9 to 10 months, your first fiscal year of Switch 2, you drop those games in that succession, buddy. But listen, you off and running. You are off and running. You know what? And like I said before, people like you might emulate some of these games, but man, you're gonna be hard fetched to keep you away from that system. I'm telling you. Dave Dub says, I never played Astral Chain. I heard good things about it. Listen, Dave is definitely, if you can catch it somewhere used. Matter of fact, to me, if you catch it on like Nintendo throws it on sale every now and then. That's a game that don't go on sale a whole lot, but if you catch it on sale for like $40, man, you jump on that. You catch it used, I think you jump on it. You know what? I think you know what? I think it's definitely a really good game. I think you would enjoy it. Nintendo Prime says the biggest improvement I want from Nintendo is their eShop and to bring back quality. Stop letting any game on the Facebook. Yes. I said that recently, man. Just like back in the day, remember when we used to get these Nintendo cartridges, man, and you would have, let me see, is it on here? You know, back when you used to buy Nintendo cartridge and they'll have that Nintendo seal of approval. You know, that quality, they need that and they need to have games like, hey, this game was made with quality. This game wasn't. So you know what? If you're going to make a game for our system, you know what? You can't just put a bunch of trash on here. Yep, they should have games. These are cheap games. Like, they should have budget games, like games that's under $5. They should have it broke down that way. So if I want to look through a bunch of trash, you know what? I can. But you know what? If games that's like, you know what? There are popular games, they should be up there. But you know, I agree with it. They definitely need to figure out that system. Because that was, to me, especially later in the Switch's life cycle, was the hardest thing to do. It's like, you know, when Switch first came out, it was kind of a joy to kind of go through the eShop and look and find different games. But man, to do it today, oh no, listen, you be sitting there, your eyeballs will be bleeding. Like, man, I didn't even know they made some of these games. So yeah, I'm with you totally on that one, Neo Prime. All right, let's see. Platoon 4 is probably on its way. It's probably definitely on its way. How soon it will be out, I don't know. I think, you know what, it's going to depend. It's going to depend on Metroid. If Metroid has an online component, we won't see Splatoon 4 until probably either the end of 2025 or the beginning of 2026. Is it? I said what? What? Not a fan. I can't say that. Some of them kids might be watching. They'll say, "Oh, you know, they all gave me that. We have to watch your show." I said, "All right, good." Man, listen, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, man, listen. The boy Neo Prime, man, has just become a member. Welcome to the channel, my brother. Let me give you the hand clap one time. Being a member, man, gets you on the board twice as nice. Let's get Neo Prime 2 on the board immediately. Represent the great state of Michigan. Neo Prime 2. It's Prime Day. That old stupid commercial. Once you hear it once, man, it's sticking in your head. It's an actual game on... No way. It's an actual game on Steam? What? Not a fan of the game? Oops, I slept with you. God almighty. Boy, oh boy, man. The things people come up with. So Splatoon 4 is probably another definite prediction we can roll with. A Twilight Princess remaster supposedly exists. This is the reason why, like, you know what? Could they be holding this off for their online? Could this be a part of the GameCube online experience that they're going to offer? If it is, buddy. If they just imagine if they do this here, they sign a contract with Capcom and you get Virtual Joe 1 and 2, and you get Metroid Prime 2 and 3. And you gotta pay a little extra money, buddy. Listen, they're gonna have so many people upgrade. So many people will upgrade. God almighty. It's an actual game on Steam. God almighty. It's not a dirty game. Okay. Well, I kind of wonder what the game is about now. I slept with your mama. Boy, oh boy. So yeah, this is gonna be interesting, man. You know what? I don't. Cause you gotta believe that GameCube was coming on, but if the majority of their games they kind of resell to you, you know. Matter of fact, that's a good question. That Nintendo never released Mario Odyssey 2. They never released that, did they? So they got some games on there. If they can get with Disney and say, hey, you know what, we're gonna do Rogue Squadron. Oh man, that's crazy. They would have some games to definitely be like, oh man, this is where is that? Woo. They could, and you know what? They could re-release. They could have they did that one little special compilation where they had Super Mario 64, Sunshine, and Odyssey all on the same cartridge, right? You know what, man? That cartridge is, you know what? If you own I own a couple copies, man. You know what? Them games, you know, I could probably make it, you know, get a couple bucks. I think I seen that game for $80 in a retro store. Like, man, $80. I was like, I'm not paying you $80. A new 3D Super Mario should show up on Switch 2. This better be a launch title. If they want that system to sell out the gate and be like hot fire, where they can get away with selling like 10 million, I'm telling you, listen, 10 million, I'm predicting 10 million units that first month. Don't let your wife watch this podcast. Low key, my wife is a sneak watcher. She will watch, and I'll come upstairs. She's like, I watch your show. Like, why you ain't say nothing? I just wanted to watch you. I'm like, oh. But yeah, a new Super Mario Brothers, man, should be this should be like a launch title. This should be in the video, and we should be talking about it, because you know how excited it was when the first video dropped and we saw Mario. It was like, oh my goodness, we got Mario. It's like, oh man. So definitely, man. This it's just exciting for me, being a Nintendo gamer. Growing up with Nintendo, it's just an exciting time for me. I love this time of year. I love the season before the system, and I love the season right after the system, because it's all super good that first year for me. That's how the Switch was like. Man, I can tell you, I remember where I was at when I picked up Mario Kart for the first time. I picked up Mario Kart. I had to DJ in Michigan. I drove to Fair State. I had to DJ that weekend, and on my way back, I picked up Mario Kart. And I could have waited till I got all the way back to Georgia, but I wanted to have it right then. Went to a GameStop on my way home, picked it up, and drove home and pulled over 2 or 3 times just to kind of play. It was just like I couldn't wait. I remember we was in Florida when Splatoon dropped on the 20th. It dropped on the weekend of my son's birthday. We was in Florida, and I remember myself, my daughter, and Ed bought all my kids. We all bought copies, and we was in the hotel playing. It was such a dope experience. That first year was magical. It's one of my favorite years of gaming. That first year of the Switch, one of my favorite years. It's just so much came out, and to be able to enjoy that with my children, nothing like it. So many people who grew up with a GameCube who are now making their own money would be all over Switch 2. Yeah, absolutely. And it's a lot of people who are like, a lot of people I know who grew up off the GameCube. You know what? I worked at Myers. I worked the GameCube launch at Myers. I loved it. I've worked quite a few launches. I worked the launch of the 360. I was at GameStop. I worked the launch of the GameCube. I worked the launch of PS4. I think that's it. But man, listen, those were dope times, man. Love working during them times, man. Especially the 360. You couldn't get that bad boy nowhere, boy. Them parents would be pissed off. I love telling them, listen, it was kill me. Like my fellow employees was all scared to tell people no. I had no problem with it. I told them like, hey man, we don't got none. So when you're getting them, I said, man, listen, we just hand them out to you. If we had some, we would sell them to you, but we don't have any. Like, you sure it's none in the back? I was like, baby girl, I'm sure. So I think that is it on their predictions, according to Screen Rant. So it's, you know what, it's a good time to be a gamer. Rockstar could be bringing GTA Plus to Nintendo Switch. Oh, okay. Okay, I'll speak on this after I read this story. It says Rockstar Games has updated the platform list for games, including with GTA Plus to include Nintendo Switch, but it is not currently used on the site. Well, I mean, okay, so even if GTA Plus subscription was to come to the Switch, okay, would it be for it? I don't see it for every game. If it was for, and then listen, if GTA Plus come and you can play these games on the Switch and play them natively. Now, if I gotta stream it, then I don't know. This will be a hard pass for me, definitely. And it's not. I'm just not a fan of streaming anything to the Switch because it's never been a good experience. I think that the closest experience that I had that I thought was decent was Guardians of the Galaxy stream to the Switch was a decent experience, but I still was like, nah, just don't too much care for it. When was the last time Nintendo allowed a GTA game on their platform? China Wars, China Wars, and they did the collection came to the Switch. That GTA 1, 2, and 3 that came to the Switch. And at first the games didn't run very well, but after a couple of updates, you know what, it was pretty solid. I can't see Nintendo letting a mainline GTA game on the console. You know what? I think at the end of the day, this new Nintendo would probably let it happen. You know, you'd have never thought Doom with blood would come to Nintendo, but it's there. Yeah, so I think this Nintendo would definitely welcome the opportunity if the games were sufficient and it ran well. Let's see. Game industry poised for upswing after stinging decline. Former Nintendo of America president. Okay, well, I can read into this, but I believe so as well because of what's coming. You know, like you got a Switch, you got a new system, you got a new PlayStation system coming out. Even though that new Xbox system, I don't know how much of a spark it's going to really show up. But on top of that, you got some heavy hitters. Like, you know, whenever GTA 6 decides to rear its head, buddy, it's gonna be ugly. You know what? I mean, I probably would not pick it up. I can probably tell you right now, I probably won't. Now, my kids, my oldest son might pick it up. My son Joseph, he might pick it up because, you know, he 18 now. I'm not gonna. I got to hold him against him no more. You know, he got to figure it out on his own. But yeah, it's going to be a phenomenon. I think the Switch 2 when it comes out is going to be bigger than probably a lot of people think. I think that Switch 2 with the right lineup is going to be absolutely bonkers. And if the marketing is right. Because the marketing with the first Switch was so spot on. If that same team that brought the Switch to market is around for Switch 2 and they still come with that same level of intensity, the Switch 2 is going to sell a lot. It's going to sell a whole lot better than the Switch 1 did in its first year. I think if Nintendo can produce enough of them, it's gonna in that first year, it's gonna outsell the first Switch. I think that first Switch might have sold 20 million. Might have. It was like maybe like 18, 19 million that first year. I think without a shadow of a doubt, Switch 2 is gonna eclipse that. That first year it's gonna be if they got the right games. And if they can figure out somehow, some way in that first year to have some promo of the new Mario game coming down the pipeline, they're going to, matter of fact, next year is when they open up in Florida and I will be there. It's going to be crazy. It's going to be crazy. Like, you know what, my kids, we all like, it's certain things we already know for vacation wise. Like vacation wise, we might not make it to the opening, but we're going to be there very soon after. Like spring break, it just might happen for us down there. But whenever they launch the Switch 2, buddy, I know for sure, at a minimum, me and my daughter is going. My wife is someone she's going to go, but she's not standing in line. So, you know, I can't. She's going to have to put up some money because I'm telling you, I'm not supporting my wife when we go down there. Like, nope, I got a job to do. Like, we down here for a mission. Like, if you're going to come and support the deal, come support with your wallet, mama. All right. Let's get out of here. So, yeah, so that's a no-brainer. Let's see. I thought this was interesting. Stardew Valley's creator, I will never charge money for a DLC or upgrade for as long as I live, which is super dope. I love the fact that we have creators that are willing to say, you know what, this is the game and we're going to update it. And then, you know what, we're going to do that because you continue to support the game. You know what, I can only imagine the amount of money they've made off this one game, and it's probably a small team at that. And so I love creators like that. When they do stuff like that, it makes you want to support that game. And I'm just not a big farming sim. I got another small story. I had a kid in my classroom, and sometimes he comes on the stream. Apocalypse X, but he was a kid in my classroom, and I know he don't mind me saying it. Like his mama was terrible, just outright terrible to him, and put him in a situation where he kind of kicked him out, and so we took him in. Like I'm like this kid who in my classroom who was really trying to improve himself. And we brought him in, man, and that I think that maybe that first or second year of the switch, he spent Christmas with us. So, it was no way I was going to buy Christmas for my kids and then have him in my house and not buy him Christmas. And so me and my wife, we put our money together. We got him a Switch, and didn't get him a whole lot of games, but this was the game. I got him a gift card, and this was the first game he bought was Stardew Valley, and boy, he played this game all of the time. Yeah, so he stayed for us for about 3 months, and boy, this is all he played. And then he had a little job and was getting him to the job, but then he had, how boys get when they get their first little piece of, first little girlfriend, or whatever. He just lost his mind, and so he had to get out. And I tried to warn him. I was like, buddy, you know what? You got to get together. But he had to go. But he's a good kid. Neil Prime says, first year Nintendo Switch sold 13.12 million units worldwide. Listen, I believe, Neil, that they're going to sell 10 million units that first month. If they have them ready to sell. Because if Nintendo's plan is to make enough of them so they can bypass scalpers, 2 million is not going to do it. 2 million that first month is not going to do it. They're going to sell out. It's going to sell out them first 2 days and be gone. So for them they're going to have at least for launch, at least 5 to 6 million. At least 5 to 6 million. That first month. I mean, that first launch week, it's going to be 5 or 6 million. Yep. They're going to have 10 million, at least 10 plus million that first month because it's going to be so popular, especially if it launches with a Mario. Can you imagine those commercials? Because Nintendo has the money in the marketing budget, man, to push it out there and push it out there aggressively. And it's gonna be phenomenal. So I couldn't be no way. If they come up, they better not come with 3 million units and think they gonna, curve scalpers. Man, them scalpers gonna buy all them things up. Yeah, but I think it's in Nintendo's best interest to flood that, to have a lot of them on the market so people can buy those games. Because Nintendo, they're making money off the system, but they crush them on the game. So you want people to get the system and buy multiple games. That's why having a Switch in brick and mortar stores should be mission number one. Like they should definitely say, all right, we're gonna have this. We're gonna buy some of those systems back from you, GameStop. We're gonna have you at GameStop and Best Buy, and we're gonna have midnight releases everywhere. It's got to go back. They got to go back to an old school way of doing things. If they want to curve scalpers, they got to put people out. Hey, you got to go out and go in the store. You got to pre-order. You know what? And they're gonna sell phenomenally well and have the online. But you know what? To me, you should. You know what? They got to have a better system. I mean, to flood the market is one thing, but if you got so many systems out there and they being held by scalpers, then you're gonna have an issue. So I think they're gonna have an issue regardless, but they can't come with this, with 2 or 3 million. It's not gonna work. Sounds like a male version of Geeky. I don't get it. Who sound like a male? You talking about me? Oh, you talking about? Oh, I caught on to it. Yeah. Yeah, he was. He liked them. But you know that he also liked Fallout. So it was he had a variety of stuff to do. But yeah, he a good kid. You know what? Listen, we was able to get him. He graduated. I was able to get him graduated, and now he working with his father. So it kind of worked out for him. It's like a Bell version of Geeky. All right, good people. Listen, you know what? I'm trying to think of anything else. Oh, you know what? I did want to talk. If Hollow Knight has crossplay, and you can play as Hollow Knight and Silksong, and you play them as both characters, buddy, give me this right now. Listen, this, you know what? Better yet, no, you keep it. You keep it. Let it be a launch title. Launch it in March, and you'll get. It'll be a day one purchase. Day one. It will be absolutely no brainer. Like, what games is going in your cart, sir? Like, sir, what other games are you pre-ordering? This one will definitely be pre-ordered. Definitely. So. I can definitely take the if they say, hey, you know, we gotta wait a little longer because, you know, we want to drop it and do it right, and you know, it's gonna be on the next system. It's gonna be cross, you know, you're gonna have it on both. You know, you can play it on the Switch and this here. It's gonna be phenomenal, man. Absolutely phenomenal. I'm like all in favor of that. GT says, can we talk about Greg Miller coming out straight face and calling PC gamers PDF files? Man, straight up hates us. You know what? But Greg Miller, man, you know, he is at heart a PlayStation guy. Always have been. I've been listening to Greg Miller, man, back when he was on the PlayStation IGN podcast. I've been listening for a long time. I first started listening to Greg Miller back in the days of the Vita. And that's when I started, you know, that's when I was really listening to the podcasts and things of that nature, definitely different shows. And that IGN, boy, that called, you know, that was like my rotation. I would do the PlayStation, and I would do the NVC. Matter of fact, I don't catch NVC like I used to. But yeah, good old Greg Miller. Yeah, he don't like y'all, man. But you know what I mean? Greg, he's all right. He's all right with me. He don't like PC gamers. I think you don't like. I'm hearing from the tone of this last comment, you don't have any sort of feelings for Greg Miller either. My son, he gets. I won't call him bipolar, but he shut off. He gets super happy and then he gets super mad. Again, I mean, you know what? Speaking of it, did anybody? You know what? I saw the. I kind of want to get this Ace Combat. I've always been a fan of Ace Combat, but I bet you it plays absolutely outstanding on my Steam Deck. See, that's the only thing I said. I bet you this game, and I bet you it's cheaper on my Steam Deck as well. But Ace Combat is like it's like my kind of game though. So it's one of them things, man. Listen, I might have to pick it up on my Steam Deck. As much as I want to support it, on the Switch, and watch the Digital Foundry video, and it looks pretty good on the Switch. I wish Digital Foundry would have compared it to Ace Combat on the Steam Deck. To me, that's more of a direct comparison. I wish they'd have went that route, because I really want to see what this, you know, because I love flying games. It was one flying game I reviewed on the Switch Lite, man. I can't think of it. I think it was like Red House but I love that game. Oh man, I would play that game all the time. It was a great flying sim. You know, you have dog fights, and you know, you would blow up stuff, and you had missions that, you know, the enemy would come and tell you had to blow up their ships, and I love that game, man. He said Ace Combat on the Switch is fantastic for those who can't get it anywhere else. See, that's a great way of putting it. If you can't get it anywhere else, like, you know what? I can play that bad boy on my Steam Deck, and I bet you it's outstanding. But after watching Digital Foundry's video, I was like, man, it looked good. It looked good on the Switch. It's one of those things, man. The dilemma. Grid Attack says to dislike PC gamers is one thing, but it rich calling PC gamers PDFs when Sony's VP got caught for actually being so funny. So I don't much if he slanders us, but it's kind of ridiculous. Like when he got upset that Insomniac got hacked and leaked while having a history of reporting on leaks himself. Hypocritical, man. Yeah, you know what? Listen, if you're gonna report on certain things, you can't get mad either way. You know, you can't show that level of. I mean, I totally get it. You know, what's good for the goose is good for the gander. You know what? If you're gonna report on it, you know, you can't get all upset when it might have, it might directly affect you. So it is great on the Switch. That's where I'm playing it, even though I have it on PlayStation. You know what? How much is it on the Switch? And did you buy a physical copy, or did you buy it digitally? Because to me, I was like, I would want that game physically. It's great. Listen, to me, I love Steam for what it does, but sometimes you can have games on it that get lost. That's the only thing about having a digital game. Sometimes out of sight is out of mind. It's some games that I bought digitally like early in the Switch life, man. That that I know today if I powered them up, it'd be the best experience because they were great experiences when I first got my Switch. All right, let's see what else is this week. Everyone is saying Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Splinter Fate is really, really good. But I'm skeptical of buying it because I got Apple Arcade. I could fire it up if I want to. I could connect the controller to my my iPad and get it in. Ooh, $60. God almighty. And it's digital. Oh, see, yeah. See, if I'm gonna pay $60, I need a physical version. So I might have to wait for a sale. Cause I bet money if I wonder how much is that. I'm gonna look at it right now. How much is that on Steam? That would. I wonder if it's on Steam. Let's get Ace. It's got to be on Steam. Ace Combat 7. What is true? It's $60 on Steam. So it really don't even matter. The blessing of having it on the Switch is that you get all the DLC packed in, right? It's hard to judge Greg's opinion on games when he is a hardcore Sony. Yeah, he is definitely Sony all day, every day. It's like the media in Canada saying, trust us when reporting about the government. Meanwhile, they get paid billions per year by Canadian government. Yeah. You got a point there, buddy. Oh man, $60, man. What? Can I wait to buy it? I think I'm gonna wait. A DLC not included. Okay. Well, that's good to know. Cause I'm looking at the DLC on Steam. It's kind of pricey. You can get it all for extra $19. But man, if I'm gonna pay $60, man, listen. Oh man. Did you buy it? Or you bought it digitally? Oh man. That to me, that's a game I would like to have physically. I don't know. I got to think about it now. Let me ask you another question, Neo. how's the load times? And that's to me that's always a big stickler nowadays compared to buying games that come out on Switch. And if I know I can get that game on Steam, it's like that's one of the big things. Like if the load times are really bad, like for instance, like NBA 2K, I used to always play it on the Switch, but probably about 3 years ago, I stopped buying it, and I exclusively buy it now on my Steam Deck because I like playing in handheld mode, and that that startup time is it's wonderful. It's like I can get to a game really quick, and I like that experience. All right, good people, listen. I don't think there's a whole lot else to kind of dig into. We talked about PlayStation. Yes, they got some merch coming out. Rockstar rumor now. We talked about that. We talked about that. Animal Crossing New Horizon Tom Nook first 4-figure statues revealed. Let's see what it look like. Oh, they ain't showing me nothing. Oh, okay, definitely. Yeah, I wonder how much to get $10 off. How much is it though? If I was say this is something geeky to buy. This is definitely a geeky purchase. Say how much it is. Oh no. You see how much this thing is? Look at this. It's $107. $108. Oh no. I don't care how that listen, come on now. Who if you shame on you. Shame whoever producing this and putting this out there. Shame instead of if you get the early bird is $108, but regular price is $126, not even including tax. That's crazy, man. Come on now. Shame on you. For those who are fools who want to pick that up, you go right ahead. It would not be the kid. That is. Let me get off of this here. All right, good people. Let's get into the wheel. It's that time. That is ridiculous, man. Geeky has already pre-ordered. That's ridiculous, man. Oh man. You can sell your old games to buy it and buy your wife something nice. That message was for her, not you. We know she watching. Boy, see, listen, man, you so man. Listen, Guerrilla Tactics. I'm telling you, man. One day, man, we gonna meet, man. We gonna have a good time. Cause man, you was funny, man. And I like me a good laugh, man. Neil Prime says, there is loading times, but I wasn't bothered by that. I do have a first look video up in case you want to check it out. Listen, and I will check it out immediately after this show as I eat dinner. That will be my form of entertainment before I have to go to bed because your boy has to get up tomorrow and go to training. Only thing about the new school year, man, you just got training upon training upon training. Training. But right now, we're not training, ladies and gentlemen. We got 19 people on the wheels of steel, and it is that time. We get it in for wheel time with your boy Gaming Dad. This will be your last call if you have not got in yet. Oh, well, because we're going to get started. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, give it up for our new member tonight, Neo Prime, a.k.a. the Nintendo Dads. Mr. Tim in the building. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. And you can be a member also. Really cheap. Not that bad. Hey, $2 to put you on the Game Boy level. And you know what? Every time we spend, you pop into the chat, you get yourself twice on the board, twice as nice. We also, if you want to support the channel, we have a $4.99 tier. And that's for our Super Nintendo members. And we would love the support, man. And once again, we take whatever we got, man. We give it back to you guys. We give out a free Nintendo eShop card every Monday night, and also to do the things like we're doing by giving out stuff to kids who are less than fortunate. That's something we want to try our best to pride ourselves to do as the channel grows. So once again, man, we thank you guys for supporting the channel, and don't be afraid. You could be a member too. All right, good people. Without any shadow of a doubt, without any further delay, who will be our first loser tonight? I don't know who that's going to be. All I know is not going to be me. I'm claiming it right now. It's not going to be me. Let's see who it be. Who's our first loser tonight? And ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, Not So Guerrilla Tactics off the muscle is our first loser tonight, man. Give it up for Not So Guerrilla Tactics. He's off the board. We're down to 18 people, ladies and gentlemen. 18 people. And we're going to keep it rolling and flowing. Who's up next to catch the flex? And it will be Bassett 24/7 YT. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. Bassett YT is off the board. And by request, ladies and gentlemen, what did the sheep say? What did... Oh, look at there, buddy. Listen, I didn't do nothing. Oh, man. I don't know what happened. I listen, all my stuff is closed. Look, I tell you, I might have to find me a different. Oh, look at there. We might have to respend that one. Let's see. All right. All right, let's go. We're going to do it again. Hope it. Listen, you know what? I don't know why it'd be stopping like that. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, D1 is out of here. Hold up. I wasn't ready. The power of the vape god isn't protecting me. You can't tell me he ain't fixed. Shenanigans 2 out of 3 weeks. 1 week there's no podcast. Man, listen, hey, I didn't do anything. I just kind of just hit boop and it just stopped on its own. Like, I gotta find something else. You know, I can't. It's messing with my credibility. People think I'm rigging the show, but you know, my hands is here. All I do is touch the screen and get the wheels on. Let's see who up next to catch the flex, and maybe it won't stop again, but it looked like it's gonna be you. Gorilla Tactics, ladies and gentlemen, is off the board. That was a clean spin, ladies and gentlemen. Clean spin. All right, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. We're down to 15 people, ladies and gentlemen. 15 people. We'll keep that ball rolling again. Gorilla Tactics is still on the board. That's just 2 out of his 3 out of here early. And ladies and gentlemen, Supersonic Mike and Jay is off the board, ladies and gentlemen. Please give him his exit call. Please exit left, please. And he is off the board, ladies and gentlemen. We'll keep it rolling and flowing. We're down to 14 people, ladies and gentlemen. 14 people. Just hope it does not stop on us again. But Bassett 24/7 YT is out of here.
You are out of here.
He says, say clean like the Russian Olympics team. Well, let's go back to that sheep, ladies and gentlemen. What did the sheep say? What did the sheep say? My brother Ruben earlier with the $20 super chat is out of here. Something about it, he takes it down deep. He get real close in the mic. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're down to 12, minus 12. If your boy Gave Me Dad wins tonight, listen. Look at there. Look at there. It did stop. Man, listen, I can't tell you why it's acting up on me, but this is what happens when you deal with free stuff. It's free. And when it's free, this is how it be. So I might have to invest the one that I have to pay for. But it is what it is. Let's try it again. I know all the names are still there. That was close. It said the wheel stopped on Gamey Dad. All right, listen. You know what? It did stop on my name. You know what? For the sake of it, I'm going to remove myself. Gamey Dad is off the board. I'm going to even give myself a horn. And I'm out of here. All right, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, we're down to 11 people. Let's keep it rolling. Hope it don't stop again on us. Don't stop till you get enough. Come on to the bus stop. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, who's up next to catch the flex? And it will be my brother, man. Ruben is out of here.
It's all there, black and white, clear as crystal. You get nothing. You lose. Good day, sir.
Good day, sir. All right. I'm going to be patient. I'm going to wait till, you know what, Ruben's name is completely off. And then we hit the wheel again. We're down to 10 for the win. Who's going to be? And our winner tonight, old school in the building. Miss Holly Pinky is our winner tonight. Well, she hasn't been here a long time, so you know what we got to say.
Psych! Better luck next time. Slugheads.
And Holly is out of here. Man, Holly, man, we miss you. She said she jumped in for a hot second in the beginning. She said, I've been very busy, so I definitely understand. You know, life happens, man. You can't, you know, spend all your time talking about video games and Halo. That was her favorite. All right, who's up next to catch the flex? Maybe it don't stop again. We keep it rolling, keep it flowing. At Dub City, it's going to be out of here.
You lose.
Dub City is out here, ladies and gentlemen. Completely off the board is he. All right. Let's keep it moving and grooving. We're down to 8. Who's the next date? Can't be late. And it's going to be Guerrilla Tactics. He is officially off the board. All right, Geeky on here. Geeky holding strong. Down to 7. And Neo Prime on here strong. Oh, buddy. Let's get it in like Flynn. Listen, Listen, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Geeky. I'm sorry. Ladies and gentlemen, Geeky is out of here. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're down to our final 6 in the mix. Who's up next to catch the flex? And it will be. She's the wildest. Neo Pride. Listen, man, I spoke you up too.
Very good.
Very good.
You know something? No soup for you.
No soup for you.
Come back.
1 year.
Next.
That never gets old, man. All right, we're down to our final 5. All right, we're down. This is 5. We're going to get down to 4. We want more. We want more. CMG, ladies and gentlemen, is out of here. CMG, let me get to my car. Please exit left. CMG is off the board, ladies and gentlemen. Here we go. Silent Knuckle Tale, since I didn't have a show last week, is eligible to win this week. I'm gonna make it happen for him. Dub City, Dave Dub is on the building. Our new member of the show tonight, Neo Prime 2. His second entry is on the board. And a Geeky Chick 2 second entry is on the board. That way it pays. It pays to be a member. All right. No, you ain't. He said, I can't. I thought it's back to back. You know what? Listen. He said, no. I have some members that have ejected. So, no, sir. He said, no, I haven't won in a minute. Yeah, you know, it has been a minute, CMG. Listen, we have people ejecting, so Sonic Knuckle tells to keeping the rules of the game. We're going to have you not be a part. But you know what? We thank you, man, for listen. I was about to do it, but you know what? If they could play, then no go. All right. Down to our final 4. And let's see who up next to catch the flex. Who would it be? who will it be? And anyway, it didn't even matter. Sonic Knuckle Tales is out of here. We're down to 3. Here we go. Dave Dub, oh my goodness, is out of here. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, listen. Oldies but goodies in the final circle. We got a geeky chick representing the state of Texas. And this is week 2 of the college football experience. We have Texas versus the University of Michigan Wolverines. Neo Prime, ladies and gentlemen. We in the final circle. Nick Cannon, where you at on them drums? Drum line in the building. We got to get Nick out here. Where my drums at? Oh, I gotta find my drums. We need Nick on these drums. Oh, maybe I can't. That's why I can't see. It's way over here. Clear all. Come on, I'm supposed to be clear all. Boom. Ah, there we go. Nick Cannon, please hit me with the drum one time. Boom. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, tonight's winner will be, oh, come on, keep it going. Neo Prime, man, you came close, but you are out of here. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, give it up for a geeky chick. Our winner this evening, Geeky, says, I know you're probably not watching. Hook a brother up and hit me on Discord to say, hey, give me that with my money, and I will hook you right back up. Another great show in the books. Episode 204 is up and down in the books. I thank y'all wholeheartedly for hanging out with me. You could be doing anything else at this time in the world, but I love the fact that, you know what? You don't mind hanging out with me. And I thoroughly enjoy it. Have good times. I always laugh real good. And you do. Oh, man. Let's see. Hold on. Hold on. I got to say about these comments. It can't be the voodoo. The geeky fixing this with her pink voodoo towel. Oh, man, that's so funny. It said, get GT and I enjoy the rig when we can't win. Oh, man. R.I.P. Neo Prime. God, nobody, boy. That's too funny. He said, Will from the last time as well. Sonic Knuckle Tales, I'm going to send you out your card as soon as the show is over. I'm going to make sure I take care of that this evening. I thought I did already. I apologize. Welcome to our side, Neil Pride. It's your tinfoil hat. Oh, man, don't be like that. Congratulations to Geeky Chick for coming in for a hot second. Make sure she got on the board, but also by being a loyal member. She was on there twice as nice and got the dub, and we appreciate you. Good people, listen, you know how I like to end my show, man. I love the fact that you guys spend some time with me, but I always love to pray for you guys because, you know, I want you guys to come back again next week and be safe and have a blessed and prosperous week. So if you don't mind, man, whatever you at, you know, here on this earth and you listening to these words, man, just bow your head. Dear Heavenly Father, we thank you, Lord, for this blessing us this wonderful evening. I thank you, Lord, for allowing us to enjoy video games, allowing it to be a medium in which we spend time and have we build and we meet good friends, Lord. We thank you for allowing us to be created, Lord. And we ask and pray, Lord, that you bless those who are listening today, Lord, that you bless them throughout the week, that you bless them spiritually, emotionally, and financially, that you let no weapon formed against them prosper, Lord, that you deliver them from evil, Lord, and you keep them safe, Lord, and that you bless their relationship, Lord, with those they love the most, their kids, their family, their friends. I pray, Lord, that you bless my family, Lord, as we move forward, and you bless me as a content creator. And I just pray, Lord, that the things that we're doing, Lord, is acceptable in your sight, Lord. I thank you, and I praise you, Lord, because you have introduced me to some great people, Lord, and I just pray, Lord, I continue to meet more great people, Lord. And I pray, Lord, that for their protection, Lord. And I thank you for allowing me to make it throughout this day. And I pray, Lord, we all are able to wake up tomorrow. In Jesus' mighty name we pray and give thanks to you, Lord. Amen. Good people, this is your boy Gaming Dad, man. I thank y'all, man, for hanging out with me. And but I won't keep you no longer, man. But I'm probably gonna get me some college football in before I go to bed, and I'm probably gonna give me some din because I smell it and it smells delicious, and I've been smelling it all since the stream started. But you know what? I couldn't leave because you know you guys are too important. All right, good people, man. Thank y'all for hanging out with me this evening. Y'all have yourself a good one. God bless, and you know what? You know how I like to end my show. And in the immortal words of Don Cornelius. Peace, love, and soul. Y'all have a good night, good people. Peace out.